for a moment and find the half cup and clean the spoon off. Okay. And gonna get some of this. Oh, it's still good and creamy too. Alright, cheers guys. Alright, so that's gonna go in and get that to melt. Yep. Cool. Alright, so that's been used and that's been used. Okay, and then like I said, whoop, oily. Some almond oil and some grapeseed oil. So the almond oil is going to be good for nourishing the skin and some anti-aging properties, and the grapeseed is just good for overall hydration. Why not? So, in just a couple drops. I don't want it too oily, but we are putting some essential oils in here, so I do want to counteract a lot of the not counteract, but dilute some of that, because you don't want too much essential oil on your skin. It's going to give you a rash, or when the ratio is not good, it's just not good for anybody, honestly. I always go back and like add an extra one. I don't know, it's like Vader, you underestimate me. Alright, let's get this coconut oil to melt. We got a good amount in here, guys. Alright, let's actually break that up a little bit. Get that to melt a little bit faster. Cool beans. Alright, so after that, melting, and then let it cool. And then we're going to add the soy lecithin and the zinc. So this stuff is going to help us do some bonding. Bonding time. So when you are infusing your special herbs with your butters or oils, you're going to want to use something to bond it together. So it's okay to just use your butter and use your herbs to make a good butter, so that way you can cook with it. But this takes it to the next step. I did a lot of research when I bought my Levo machine. What is it called again? Levo, L-E-V-O. So yeah, we're going to do some more bonding. Even though there's some bonding with the coconut oil, we want all these oils to bond together. And then we have some zinc powder. The zinc powder is good for brightening the skin. It's used in a lot of skincare, actually. Sunscreen, conditioners, face creams, a lot, you name it. So we're going to add that just for some overall health benefit. Alright, so we're also going to take that off of the heat since it's all melted. And it looks really cool too. Okay. Cool beans, guys! Alright, so melting, then let it cool. Add the lecithin and the zinc. So we're going to do about a tablespoon of each. And never just add powder in. You're going to get clumps, and then you got to figure out how you're going to break up the clumps. You definitely want to strain it before you just directly put something in there, guys. people, gentle people, whoever we all are. Alright. And actually, I don't even think you need a whole spoon of this. There we go. That's about what we're gonna add. Of the soy powder, soy lecithin. Give that a good stir. Okay. And we're going to clean off the spoon because there is some residue left over and we don't really want things mixed together like that. That's gross. And let's get some of this. Cool. We got our strainer. Okay. So there's that. We used our powders. Oh, let's mix that together before that starts to clump. Okay. It kind of reacted with the butters, so interesting. It kind of gave it more of a thick yellow presence than a see-through yellow liquid, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna keep letting it cool for a minute or 2 or 5. Just gonna let that cool. Oh, it looks like some is settling at the bottom. Okay. Whew. So we're gonna let that cool for a couple minutes, and while we're letting that cool, we're going to talk about what else we're going to add, what the next step is. Thank you. Do I have a favorite scent? You know what? I don't know, really. Because I like so many different smells, but I can never go buy a Bath and Body's Works or a candle, Yankee Candle or anything like that. Oh, those are so strong. That's like, woo! Woo! Anyways, alright, so we got some vitamin E oil. Always just like to have some raw vitamin E. Too many chemicals in those candles. Yeah, there is a lot of chemicals in candles. That's why, if you're gonna get one, I like to get one that's natural. So we also have some rosehip seed oil. This is going to be good for, and I had to write it down because I can't remember everything, okay? This is good for overall hydration and it smooths the skin. Then we have some black seed oil, which is also, you can ingest at least this bottle you can. It's good for overall gut health, brain health, bone health, I think it was as well. But we're mainly using it for its overall help just because I saw it and it looked nice, and I remember somebody telling me that black seeds activates turmeric. So the black seed oil, overall health, hair, skin, nails, it helps as well. And then even though this is cellulite soothing gel, oil, my bad, cellulite soothing oil, has grapeseed oil, eucalyptus lemon, grapefruit oils. It firms and tones and smoothens, so it's just gonna be good for the overall skin, honestly. Hopefully this has started to cool a little bit where we can start to add some of our oils. And actually, since we don't need this in the double boiler anymore, or as a double boiler, we can take that out. And actually, I'll come over here. And this is a cool spot. And maybe, there you go, you can see a little bit of it, right? I got my doobie. We're just letting it cool, letting it cool, letting it cool. I think if it's too hot, you burn out the oils or whatever this has into it, and then it like evaporates. Alright, so what time is it? We got another 30 minutes or 20 minutes before the tea is ready. Okay. This would be a great time for one of those electric fans. Oh, man, I got powder all over the oven. Well. Probably wait a couple more minutes to make sure this is a nice cool. And then we'll add in those oils. I don't really know what I'm smelling. It smells a little bit like the shea butter. I love to make lotion. I like to see how all those ingredients melt together, and then you can just whip them up, and then you have a nice texture that brings everything together, that's bonded, and then there's so many benefits to it all, and so cool that you can control what you're putting into it. This is all natural. There's nothing that I don't know what's in it, and they're all pretty much main ingredients. Nothing has a long list of ingredients of other than what it says, like ingredients: grapeseed oil, eucalyptus oil, lemon oil, grapefruit oil. That's it. Oh wow, this is tiny print. And this is 100% Turkish black seed oil. Cold pressed, pure, and natural. I mean, I guess that's the ingredient list. And then, could you write it any smaller? 100% pure, USDA certified, organic, cold pressed, rose chip seed oil. So pure vitamin oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil. Thank you. So everything is natural. The essential oils are just essential oils. The zinc is zinc. This should almost be cool enough to kind of add those oils in here, so I'll let you guys kind of see that while I'm doing that too. So I'm not really sure how much to add of all of this, but this already has the carrier oils, or is pretty much just carrier oils, so we don't need to really be too cautious with it. But we'll give, let's do 6 pumps. Oh, let's do 6 pumps after actually sun comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Give it a good stir. Okay. Next is going to be the black seed oil, and we have a lot of carrier oils in here, and we have a good amount of coconut oil, so I'm going to fill up the dropper halfway, and that will be that. And I have OCD, so I like to give it a good stir after each time I add something. I just like it that way. Okay. And now the rosehip oil. Rosehip? Rosehip. Oh, rosehip. Okay. And we're going to do about half of a squeeze or that, or whatever. Half of that. There we go. Oh, okay, so it's getting a little bit thicker at the bottom. So that's good. It's starting to cool enough where it's getting a little bit thicker. And you can tell it's thicker too. Okay. And then we're just going to do 100% vitamin E oil. Just a couple drops. Alright, we added our vitamin and health oils. Now it says we can let it cool until it's cold, or we can freeze it. I'm thinking we're going to do a little of both. We're going to continue to let it cool, and then we're going to put it in the freezer in the KitchenAid bowl, because it will help it cool down faster, actually. Actually, I might put it in there now. So since the ceramic, it's not really hot. Oh no, it's warm, but it's not hot. So we're just going to make sure there's nothing in here. Ooh, the zinc just kind of like clumped there. That's kind of rude, don't you think? Alright, so maybe somehow zinc needs to be added in like when you're making gravy. You know, you got a little bit of water with your flour and then you mix it in with the rest, because now look at that. It's not as powdery as it was a second ago. I'm happy we caught that in time. I mean, it's all gonna get blended together, but I'd rather it melt together, because imagine how much oils were just sitting in here. I don't like to waste a lot. Alright, let's give this a little stir. Ooh, no splashy. So the cool part is that it is getting nice and thick to the point where if there's a thin layer around the bowl, it's starting to dry. And I guess since there's more light right here, we'll just put that there for a moment. I am so impatient. Eek. Alright, so while we're waiting, I guess we're gonna just put some stuff away. So we're gonna continue to let it cool for a little bit. Oh, you're a jerk. We're gonna continue to let it cool for a bit. I saw multiple people say the longer you let it cool, or not the longer you let it cool, but the slower you let it cool, it just helps with a lot of bonding and not so much separation. So we want to do anything as possible to keep everything as bonded as possible. Alright, I don't have a container for that, I do for this. Yes, I know. Let's give this a little stir. Ooh, that looks so nice. It was a good idea to transport all of this into here. So, garbage. Not garbage. Here. This can be put away. now this is gonna go in here, even though I know I need to get something a little bit better than just this box.